Hump Day Happy Chat coming at ya. Here we go. Live. It's a Halloween edition of Hump Day Happy Chat. Boo. Haha. Here I am. Bet you were wondering what you were going to see this morning, huh? Well, my mantra is simple elegance. So as scary as Halloween can be, I try not to be too frighty. Don't want to scare myself, Okay, so happy Halloween and happy Hump Day. It's time for another Hump Day Happy Chat, the Halloween edition. So I'm Valerie Shepard, coming to you live from the Hartley Center for Mindfulness and Self-Mastery. Self-mastery, which is all about mastering you and your life so you can exquisitely manage whatever frightening or awesome things your life sends your way. So here we are, it's Halloween. I've never been a big giant fan of Halloween. I don't know what it is. I have friends who go to the 9/11th, like any yard you can imagine. I don't even know what that reference is about. Ninth yard? I don't know. Ninth degree, nth degree. My brain pulled it back up. Yay! Healing the brain, wee! Okay, go to the nth degree to put on the the Halloween happy stuff. And I kind of get over it. I do like my kryptonite in the form of Halloween candy, and I showed a picture of it the other day. Do you remember what it was? Yes, dark chocolate Kit Kats. Oh my goodness. I think I could eat a bag of them and have a stomach ache and still want to eat some more. So that's my special indulgent treat for my Halloween. I hope that you have all kinds of plans for Halloween. I'm wearing orange today. I can't wait to see how my students are dressed at the University of California, Irvine. And I know that there are going to be some members of the faculty, staff, and administration who are going to go all out. So I'm excited. But I thought today is a perfect day when we're talking about happiness, a perfect day to talk about kind of the fun inside fear. What's the fun inside fear, and how can we still keep our happy knowing that in any given moment fear has a grip? Fear has a grip. So let's chat about that. Let's have a chat here. Okay, so fear, it's kind of a part of everyday life. And when you think about this month in particular, it's not only just a part of everyday life, we actually seek it out. People actually go to fright centers, places to make them scream. And even when we're not in this Halloween time, think about getting on a roller coaster or some of the amusement parks where the rides are spinning and you're doing these amazing turns and flips and drops. And they're all about this sense of excitement that we want to have. And scientists have proven that there is no difference in the physiological response when we are in the grips of fear and we are in the grips of excitement. And so, in fact, we may not be able to tell sometimes when we might say, I'm afraid of that, or we might be held back because something looks kind of scary in our world. And I don't mean scary that comes from danger. When there's real danger, you're walking down a dark street and the hair stands up on the back of your head, back of your neck, then you might want to get out of there. If someone's holding a weapon and coming at you, that's danger. There doesn't need to be any managing of that fear. It's telling you to move. That fight or flight response is part of our, limbic brain system. It's prehistoric practically. It teaches you totally raising your awareness, shooting stuff into your muscles, adrenaline, so that you get up and go. So that's awesome. Hi, Sissy. Thanks for coming on. Hey, people. Hi. Like my mask. Happy Halloween. So we are built to be able to manage through our fear, and that's fantastic. And so when there's danger, our body says, move, and we do. When there's not danger, though, we get into emotional fear about money, fear about whether I should talk to those kind of people, fear about becoming homeless, fear about not knowing what my next step in life's supposed to be. Those kinds of fears that are mostly emotional fears. There's no real danger, immediate danger that you have to protect yourself from. Those kinds of fears require a couple things from us in order to manage and to stay in our high vibration happiness in spite of the fear being there. So a couple things to remember. Number one, courage is not the absence of fear. It's feeling the fear and moving toward your desire anyway. Courage is not the absence of fear. It's feeling the fear and moving toward your desire anyway. So being courageous doesn't require that fear not be present. It just requires that you hold more onto where you're going than what you're feeling right this minute, and marshal the fear as a motivator and inspirer toward the action. And the fear can actually support you to take the action in certain ways such that you're making conscious choices, that you are weighing your options, that you are protecting yourself from downside risk, as we say in the business world. So courage can be there even while the fear is there the whole time. One thing that I think is really interesting to look at is when people go into these fright houses or horror movies or things like that, what's the difference between that and what they're experiencing in regular everyday life? So my students talk to me about this kind of fear that grips them and they feel immovable. And I've seen this parallel, which is when we put ourselves into this fright kind of experience, we know the end's coming. Like you're going around the bend, something scares the crap out of you, and you're, ah! And then there's a point at which you walk out the exit door and the light's shining, or maybe it's still dark, but you're outside this fear space. The exit doors happen, you're beyond it, right? So you kind of know you're putting yourself in an environment for a certain period of time, and then that's going to be gone. And that's the difference. In real life, our minds can conjure up this idea related to the situation that creates a never-ending idea of fear, that it just goes on forever, and that we have no idea where the end is. And so I offer up this scenario so that you can think about a couple ways you could help yourself. Could you put yourself in the fright scenario instead of in the never-ending fear scenario, right? So you can do that a couple of ways. Number one is to get conscious. Like, the most important thing is to not be unconscious inside your fear. Get really present. If you have to, look around you, call out certain things. There's a roof, there's a door, I'm wearing orange. When you come very present in the present moment, the fear might subside naturally because you might notice it has nothing to do about what's happening right this moment. It's about another point in time altogether. So coming present, get conscious, become very present in the moment. That's number one. Number two is create a relationship with the fear itself. Like, befriend it. Instead of trying to push it away and resist it, according to universal laws, whatever you resist persists. So rather than trying to alienate yourself from it and tell it it's not welcome here, befriend it. Hello, fear, my old friend. You've actually protected me in a lot of situations. I'm not sure I need it right now. What are you trying to protect me from right now? And then see what comes up. Not sure you're thinking through all the options. Okay, cool. Sometimes I feel fear when I'm about to approach something new and I'm not sure what all the pitfalls might be. So I'm worried about, am I going to make a mistake and not even know I'm making a mistake until it's several $1,000s and a big mess later. And so when I get conscious of that, okay, this is about not knowing when I'm going to make a mistake, then I can start thinking about, so maybe I should talk to someone, I should get counsel, maybe I should build in some gates, so I'm taking baby steps toward that goal. There are a lot of ways that I can manage what that fear is trying to tell me about the journey that I'm on. So on Halloween, this is a perfect day. We make friends with our fear to go through fright houses and to be scared and to play tricks on each other. So this is the perfect day to remind ourselves that fear really isn't something to try and kick away, that even emotional fear in our everyday life has a gift for us when we are willing to be in relationship with it. It's actually us. It's you talking to you. I know that my fear is me talking to me. It's just not necessarily about the very present moment. And that's where my life is unfolding. That's where my happiness really is. What's happening right this minute, like talking to you wearing this silly mask. So, Halloween edition of the Hump Day Happy Chat is all about what's fear got to do with it. It's got a lot to do with it. And it's got something for you, not against you. And so make peace with your fear and go on and have a happy, fulfilling, successful day. That's it for today's edition of the Hump Day Happy Chat. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for liking and sharing and engaging. We love getting your questions. And I'm so grateful for you and so grateful for this moment. Have a fantastic Halloween. Be careful out there and don't get a tummy ache. Bye now. I kept this mask on the whole time. Ha! Bye. Hump Day Happy Chat. See ya.